ready for
Aye,
your
go
fucking
mate. Aye, just crack
intro and
on.
whatnot.
Are we doing a professional intro? I'm here with Gordon James today, and a very special leathered podcast. We're doing something to commemorate our first ever live show. These will get a look after, but I'm sure
You can probably already see it.
Aye, probably guess what it is. And I know it's a bit different, but I said I would do it. that's how this came about. I just went, I'll get it tattooed, like, and then it was like, when you getting that tattoo? I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go through this.
Was that in another podcast that you said that?
Aye.
Fucked it, man.
I know. Forgot how sore this is as well. Was tattoos always this painful? Be alright in a minute once it goes numb.
I'm using the Ser needles, man.
You're not a gentle lover, Gordon.
No. Absolutely not. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
So that's what I was saying. I was like, I thought you were still in Livingston because I see you around Livingston. I still see you at the gym in Livingston.
Yeah.
And I set off thinking, it's only 2 minutes away from the house, like, and I forget you're up here in the hills, mate.
And they get aye. But, it was literally the only thing that was available, but I quite like it here, man.
Aye.
It's like
Peaceful.
It's like unmarked studio. People didn't know what it is. Some of the neighbours were like, they've got an illegal grow going in there. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, should we just do it? Because nobody stopped us in.
It would work. It's like, so where are we here? Blackridge, aye?
Blackridge,
aye.
Blackridge, Army Grasses.
Even when I pulled up, there's like no signage. I just saw your car and I was like, oh, aye. Being the modern progressive guy you are, obviously you drive a Tesla.
I fucking hate that thing, man. It's fucking biggest mistake ever. Honestly, see anyone that thinks that electric cars are the future they need a fucking slap.
I'm about to get one.
Mate, I know you're not.
I promise you.
Why? Why are you doing that?
I'm no
mate?
joke, my missus wants one.
They're no cheap. They're just as expensive.
How?
As because they are. I fucking drive the thing. They're just as expensive. They're a fucking pain in the arse to charge. Mate, like the only way they kind of work is if you're trickle charging them in your house. But
do you not do that now?
not do that, but fucking, I'm not updating my meter reading. Like, I'm in for a fright when I leave. Like, that's the only reason it's working out cheaper than now. But like, I went down to Manchester, and that added on, like, they're talking about an hour and a half onto the drive.
Just with the charging?
Aye, because I'm not trusting it. Like, because it recommends where to pull up and charge, and I'm like, I'm not trusting that. Like,
oh, I didn't know that.
It's quite bad. And then you get to the places, and then they're full. You've got to wait 40 minutes for someone else to get off them.
That's brutal.
Oh, mate, they're a nightmare.
You've got your own podcast. You've had a few. I saw you had a bare knuckle guy on it recently.
I've not done my podcast in like a year. I had
I thought that was...
that's an old one. Oh. I just recycled
the clips.
The clips basically. But
works though.
It's so hard to do, like, because you need to do the tattooing. You need to you can't do it by yourself. You need about 3 or 4 cameras. You need someone behind the scenes, and it's no.
That's what we're saying there. To have serious social media accounts, people think it's just like it's a hobby.
No,
it's no.
It's no.
Once you start getting over that, realistically, that 10,000 follower mark,
aye,
then you go too far. Then you can't have notifications on because your phone just goes off too much.
No, I just turn them off. It's fucking pain in the arse that, like.
We've no Paul today, as you'll have noticed. He couldn't join us.
So we got someone that's like a lukewarm MMA fan.
Who are you?
I'm not. It's not. I'm lukewarm. I'm like, I struggle to get up for a pish at like 3 in the morning. Like, there is absolutely zero chance I'm getting up to watch any UFC fight at 3 in the morning.
Did you watch any at the weekend?
No.
None at all?
No, I just Google the results and go,
Aye.
And then make up what happened in my head.
I was meant to go down, and I'm fucking glad I didn't, to be honest. See, London.
Shithole, man.
Aye, it is. I didn't want to go about London, mate, if I'm totally honest. It's they charge a lot of money for UFC tickets here as well, huge amounts. How much more was it than the average one, Craig?
Yeah, the cheapest was at £400.
What?
Honestly, wild. How's a normal guy, like, how's a normal family guy affording it? He's not.
No.
Like, because... And
they sell out.
Aye, it did. Sold it. Did it sell out, Craig? Aye.
Well, it broke the record for highest gate in the fight night event again.
That's wild. And again,
Who were the big names that were fighting in that?
Leon Edwards main
Right,
evented it against Sean Brady, but
You lost her.
aye, and didn't half lose.
Oh, really?
You also set a new record.
Aye, 4 minutes and 57 seconds of control time in a single round. Like Leon Edwards was.
Oh, you got manhandled then.
Aye, mollywopped, eh? Like absolute, as Paul would say, he got mollywopped.
Yeah, that's not
When
good.
I listened to Rogan as well, like in their fight companion before he fought, he's like, Brady's going to really struggle with this one. It's going to be difficult for him.
Just walked through him.
And he, just like Big Brother done me. That's the only really way I can, like, mind when you had your wee brother and you just used to fling him about. That's really what was happening. And it's mad because only a year ago, Leon was the champ of that. He was the man, eh? It's in his head though.
Everyone's got a boogeyman though, eh?
Aye, for sure.
There's always someone that comes on and just dismantles them, man.
I don't think it's that Leon's not a great fighter, because like you say,
Oh,
he
yeah,
definitely
obviously.
is. But that style's clearly a problem for him. Like the fight with Bilal Muhammad, when the headshot bang, he kicks him, knocks him out. It's a good shot. Like I'm not saying he didn't work hard to set that up, but Bilal was doing the same thing to him. Not to that extent. What would you say, Craig? Similar fight style?
Well, I also don't think you can say that the head kick was just a fluke.
No, I don't.
No.
He rematched him and dominated
I,
him.
I hate it when people say it was a lucky punch or a lucky
Aye.
kick. The kick was thrown with the intention to hit you in the fucking face.
I know.
Like, there's nothing lucky about that.
I know. But it's what I mean by it is Usman wasn't able to do it to him a second time, although that was clearly the game plan. So I think with Leon, it's a mental thing. It's just in his head. He just doesn't think he's going to win.
Well, he looked defeated until he got that pep talk in the corner, remember?
Aye, of his whoever
Aye.
that was. Who was that did that one? Craig, you'll know. Craig's an Craig's an expert, you see.
Oh, really?
Well, big time. Without Craig, I think we'd be in a lot of trouble. Honestly, you watch everything, Craig, eh?
Aye. And to be fair, I'm still not caught up because obviously there was the Pink Two Shots live show
Aye.
on the same night, so I've still not had a chance to properly watch through London, but I've had the highlights.
What have you watched?
I watched Mick Parkin's fight.
What did you think? Be blunt. You can be honest.
It could have gone either way.
Do you think so?
Probably could have done more, I think.
What do you think edged it for Marcin Tybura? The takedown. Oh, aye, I suppose.
You know, big fight, but just to
That was pish.
who landed more leg kicks.
Aye. To put it, I think you would be disappointed if you'd paid all that money to go to London. Because by the way, like I say, your cheapest ticket, you're spending 400 quid. Then you're flying
too
down there.
much, man.
Aye, mate. It's pricing out the normal man, eh?
Aye.
That's how I feel about it. Because I think about it probably how you do. Like I'm wanting to take my son. I want to
Aye.
go do with my kids.
I
Like-
experience it at a normal time for a change.
Exactly. Like we are like that. Eh? We live our lives through our children now. At our
That's
age.
like American prices or that. Like Americans, like they even pushed up the price of tattooing when they started coming over to do tattoo conventions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, like they're charging like $1.5 grand, $2 grand up for a day session, and that's normal over there.
Why though? Why is it so? And see that
And I don't know, because I didn't think American people make that much more money.
They
Probably
def-
about the same.
Aye.
So how the hell are they affording it?
It's mad as well when you go to America and you've got a few tattoos, eh? Like they're all looking. Like if you're walking about in the States, they're going to be like, whoa, mentioning the tattoos and that. But
Where have you been in America?
Vegas, New York. Vegas, you see a lot of tattooed guys, but they're the fighters, eh? It's maybe, I'm maybe a wee bit, I've not got enough, because you know what the fighters are like, they're all covered
Do you think
in
America's a wee bit of a catfish though?
In what way?
Like, well, I went to LA and it was a fucking shithole, man. Like, it genuinely was. Like,
Aye.
I walked down that, you see the pictures of Hollywood Boulevard, and I'm like, fucking quality, this is going to be amazing. I mean, I literally had to hop, skip, and a jump over some homeless woman clipping her toenails in the middle of some fucking celebrities' names on the ground. And I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, and then I got told before, like, if you see any guys trying to sell you a CD, don't stop. Obviously, I stopped.
Aye.
And he's like, oh, I was like, it's this amount. And he's like, no, he's like, just give me that. I was like, get the fuck. Like, scamming bastard, man. I listened to it as well. It was terrible.
It's,
Wasn't even
oh,
slightly
did you
good.
actually take the CD?
But I've not got a CD player, so like, who's got a CD player? So I just typed his name on Spotify and it was fucking terrible.
Horrendous.
I'm
That's
like, I
cool.
just got bumped at a tenner.
We were the same, eh? The New York subway, when me, Greg and Grant, Greg's brother, we were taking the subway everywhere in New York, and it's like people just lying on the benches, openly shooting, Open. It's no hidden, It's no, they're no...
Well, I was surprised at the amount of homeless people in LA, man.
Aye.
See under every single tunnel, mate, there's hundreds, man.
It's the fentanyl,
Oh, what? Mate, it must be good. Like, it must be fucking amazing, let's be honest. These guys are literally willing to sell their bairn for a fucking shot.
It's here now.
Oh, man.
There was a young lassie, but the thing is, they take it by accident,
Aye, because it's all laced with all the drugs they take and stuff like that.
So there was a young lassie who took some at my work.
Oh, man.
Didn't he know? And I honestly thought, like, she's not going to make it here, like. But survived, thankfully.
Really?
Thankfully. That's a couple we've had now. So that's just one nightclub.
Bad.
It is, but when you see, like, remember when we were in Vegas as well, so we'd go jogging maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe even earlier some mornings. We were just jet lagged to fuck, and if you didn't get out before, because it was like August, so 40 degrees once the sun gets up. So if you're not doing your run early in the morning, you're not gone, mate. Like, you tried to go jogging in the afternoon,
Really?
Yeah, I got disorientated and I was like...
Can't get lost.
So that's why I just didn't do cardio, man.
But what was
taking the risk.
What was it like, Like, you go jogging down the pavement, they're just lying there, mate. They're all over the place. They're fucking... Mind them with the big pit bulls and that, going into the subway, trying to fill the cups up with ice just to give the dogs a drink, and you're just like, what is... I thought this was meant to be the most...
Oh,
you know what I mean? The most prosperous country in the world.
what is it? Fuck.
Nah. The subway even at, like, so I wanted to go and see the Biggie Smalls mural in New York, right? So I was like, right, I'll get the subway down middle of the afternoon. So went down to, I think it's where the Barclays Centre is. So it's had a lot of money put into it. I got off the subway, walked up the stairs, and straight away I was just like, oh my fucking God, what have I done? Like, there's just proper street walking hookers cutting about.
Quality.
People, nah, they weren't the good ones. There was ones whose age was definitely questionable too. And you're like, oh my God. Like, I thought this was a good bit now. But,
Mate, that's what I'm saying, it's a catfish, man.
aye. It's weird because you walk down the road, so I had to walk a wee bit. Not that far, but I walked a wee bit, and you're like, oh, this bit looks all right. And then you go a few more and it's just like 30 high-rise buildings in a row. And I was like, fucking hell. And I'm on my own. I was just on my own. And I was like, oh, the best one. So that you go, I went, seen the mural, took some photos and stuff like that. Pretty cool. And there's a wee shop at the side of it. And I thought, I'm just going to nip in here and get a Monster. And a wee boy, I'm talking like 12-year-old, just pushed right in front of me, like to get served. And I was like, I'm no saying enough. I'm just taking that, mate. I was like, I'm just taking it, I'm not ready to die over a can of Monster in some fucking absolute shithole part of fucking America.
It's so weird as well, man, because see over there, like when I was driving, I'm like, trying to be nice and flashing the lights and that, and they're like, looking at me as if I'm a cunt, and I'm like, how can you not tell what that is? I'm like, fucking go, man.
The boy in the shop even said to me, he was like, what are you doing down here, man? I was like, I'm here taking some pictures and stuff, and he was like, on your own? I was like, aye, mate, just on my own. Yeah, time to leave, I think.
That's bad.
But I love going over there, but because like the good bits there are great.
See, I'd probably go, if I went back over, I'd go to somewhere like Texas or something like that. And try and hook up with that Whistling Diesel. I tattooed him before. Have you seen his YouTube channel?
So this is the reason you were over there, eh? You were
Well, no. So I went over there originally to meet up with a tattoo company and Machine Gun Kelly's boys. And then I did that, and it was actually all right.
You tattooed Machine Gun Kelly, though?
I'm not even tattooed him. I just keep tattooing all his boys, to be honest with you. But
tattooing all his boys.
they're all sound as fuck, man. See, like bass and stuff like that. And even Machine Gun Kelly, like a lot of people go, oh, he's an arsehole. And I'm like, he's actually all right. The one thing that people need to remember when they meet a celebrity is they're never going to be as excited to meet you as you are to meet them.
That's a good way to look at it.
Because when I first met him, he looked half asleep, and I was like, fucking hell, I was like, you just woke up, you cunt. I'm not thinking to myself, like, cunt, it's like nails down a chalkboard to these people, eh? And he just like looks at me like that. And then as the day went on, he was actually sounded in.
He had problems with the gear as well, eh?
I think so, aye. But I think they all do, man. I don't think you can be in that industry and not have a drug problem. It can't be as good as what they make it. Like, fair enough, you've got all that money, but why are they all on drugs and miserable?
I know. It's like they all need something, keep them going.
Holly weird, they call it.
For sure. You going back over?
I've not got any plans to go anywhere, to be honest with you, but just going to keep my head down and just graft over here this year. I might try and reach out to some UK kind of celebrities and stuff like that. But I'm just happy just fucking being in my own wee world, eh?
That's the thing, It's not like you're not in a position where you're like an up and coming guy where you need to start getting you've got a big social media following, you're a well-known person. It's not as if you're...
You don't really need to graft for it. It's kind of self-sustaining now, eh?
Aye. Like, if you open your diary, it's going to fill up, eh?
Aye, well, it's always open. I don't close it anymore. I just don't really advertise anymore because I used to do the whole, like, closing my diary thing, and then I would open it up, like, once a year, and I'd be booked up for a year, and I'm like... Then if I had the fucking shits or something like that, I'm having to reschedule something like next year.
Aye.
I'm like, it's no good for nobody.
Why do you think the tattooing world has got into this like cult? It's almost like people are desperate to learn about it, but there's obviously the same way every industry.
What do you mean?
A lot of fakes in here, whereas it's this sort of rock and roll tattoo style people. Do you know what I mean? They try and it's like the rock and roll barber. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I always said that I don't really get on with many tattoos because I'm not like a typical tattooist. I'm just a Ned that just landed on it. You know what I mean? And then all the tattoos seem to be like vegans and charge up their crystals underneath the moonlight and stuff like that. And that's not for me. You know what I mean? Like, get yourself to fuck, man. It's fucking tofu, you weirdos. So when I go into tattoo conventions, I'm just twiddling my thumb, like hanging about with a bunch of people with green hair and blue hair, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
The hair people are our favourite on the podcast. It's, but what, like, so... What is it that's separating you? Like you're saying, right? You don't have to advertise. You can work as and when you please. So what is it about you that makes, like, you can obviously be selective as well.
Do you know the thing is though? I'm not selective. It's like almost like my clientele selects me because they know what I'm good at. I'm not selective. I'll do like wee tattoos on people and stuff like that. I'm not a snob. But like a lot of tattooists that are snobby, they're now suffering. Because obviously nobody can really afford to live because this country is a fucking joke. And
it is not a cheap place.
No, so they're all struggling because they've cherry-picked their tattoos for so long. Now they're like, why is nobody coming to me? And I'm like, because you specialise in one thing alone. Nobody wants just that style, especially when like everyone's strapped for cash.
Aye.
So that's why I'll just do anything. I'll do a good job of anything that gets thrown at me.
So obviously I see your posts about portraits and stuff. That's clearly what you enjoy doing.
Aye. I like realism more than anything, but it sounds bad, right? I don't like going home and drawing up designs and stuff like that. So I've chose specifically to specialise in realism so that I'm basically just a good photocopier, to be honest with you. Like even with this, that's not realistic, but I can photocopy it.
You can make it happen.
No, but this idea going home and drawing all day and all night, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. As soon as I'm done work, I'm very much done work.
You leave it. Well, that's I was saying there before we started filming, like, I know you for the gym. I never knew you for tattooing. Yeah. Like, I've known you for years now, and I don't think we've ever had a conversation about tattooing.
No.
It's just never something, like we were saying, you didn't want to be outside of your work and just talking about
honestly.
Work. Like, I love podcasting and I love MMA, but I can't talk about it all day. No. Do you know what I mean? I can't watch it all day. Like,
it's enough to drive you mental.
It is, aye. And I'm certain you're like that with tattooing. Like every BAM in the gym I've been their way when we've been training together and boys come, what do you think of this, Gordon? It looks great, mate. Like I've seen you actually do that. Like, it looks good.
I'm thinking I'm about the bench press, bugger off.
Aye, leave me alone.
That time again, we're going to give you some information, and information is going to help you become a much better athlete if you're suffering from any injuries. Don't suffer in silence. There's a team out there who can help you, and their name is Anaconda. Ross, where can we get Anaconda?
You can get them at anacondafightwear.co. Go on there, save up to 50% on a load of their products now, including some rash guards, shorts, all sorts of things. Knee braces, ankle braces, and my favourite, the shoulder brace.
So my older brother, is suffering from some back pain now, and he's been using the Anaconda back support, and he says it's made a huge difference to him. He went to the doctors, and they've just prescribed him like paracetamol and like, oh, it'll be fine. So they've just been like covering up the issue rather than actually trying to fix it. Whereas he's actually getting through his day, being able to actually move about by using the back support. So back pain, knee pain, ankle pain, any sort of pain you've got in any sort of your limbs, Anaconda's get you covered. And they also offer next day shipping. And if you are a Patreon subscriber of the Leathered team, then you will get free next day shipping.
You can also put in Leathered 10 at the checkout for 10% off. That's for everyone. You don't have to be a Patreon for that.
Listen, we're getting it for our families. It's good enough for us. It's good enough for high-level pro athletes. It's definitely good enough for you to jump back on the mats. Keep it Anaconda.
I mean, do you know what it is? Like, I used to be really bad for, like, when I was out and about, I'd be, it sounds horrible, but like, it was more when I started tattooing, because when you start tattooing, there's always this new buzz around the new guy, and I was extremely arrogant. Like, I would fucking ignore people. I would just be a cunt to them when they spoke to me about tattoos and all that, just because I thought I was something I wasn't. And then now,
maturity though.
now I realise when I'm out and about, just don't do the job if you're not willing to.
You are known
take
as well,
aye.
and
So-
you're no a set of car keys. You're a big guy covered in tattoos. Like,
Aye.
and wasn't that long ago you had the bleach blonde hair and like.
Use they them pronouns. Like Paul.
Paul's funny because sometimes, like, if you first saw Paul, you'd think he was a very like, and he is a liberal. I would call him quite a liberal, open-minded guy, Craig. Eh?
Yeah.
Is he quite liberal, eh?
Oh, mate, aye, like he, he'd help anybody. He's very friendly. Like he's very.
I don't think that's liberal. I just think that's being a decent
human. Aye, but now it's liberal.
If you're nice, you're a liberal.
But if you do something he doesn't like, he'll fucking say like, "Hey, like his autistic kid rant was a fucker." Like people kidding on their children are autistic to get a queue jump at Disney. And
have you seen that? Have you seen that mum like, meme that's like single parents and they realise their kid's got a disability and they're getting money like that? It's true though. Eh? Mate, I was scrolling through my TikTok live, man, and like it was so bad now. It's like a heavily disabled kid, man, and just.
The
I
parents
need to watch
make.
what I'm saying. But
Nah, you didn't. Say whatever you want.
It was basically like there was nobody him, right? And he's just lying there with like about 1 million tubes coming out. I'm like, I don't know what was wrong with his head, but it was massive anyway. And like he's getting thousands of views and stuff, and I'm like, these cunts must be raking at him, man.
They're like the parents are pimping these cunts. And it's not the children's situation. I'm laughing at, obviously.
No.
What is these
Parents
people
are like jackpot.
I know they are though. They make it their whole. A good friend of mine, he's got a son who's he doesn't speak. He doesn't like. He's very clearly autistic and in need of help. And he says when I was taking him into the doctor to get the diagnosis, there was a mum in front of him, and she's saying to her son, "Now remember what I told you. Like remember, just say all the things that we talked about. Like they're coaching their kids through it because they get money, mate."
Aye, but they're too quick to put a label on things as well. Like my boy in school, so he had a bit of a speech delay, and like most boys do, to be fair, right? And because he had a speech delay, he's obviously going to be quite angry and short-tempered. Would you not be if you fucking nobody understood the word you were saying?
Not even that. You can't express yourself. Eh?
Aye.
So
and then at school they would be like would have like a meltdown because nobody's really understanding them and that. And then one woman was like, "Oh, let like Margaret deal with it. She's good at dealing with kids with special needs." And I was like, he's going fucking back then, right? And then they were like that. You know, I think you should go get him tested for autism. I'm like, for what? So you can blame like his attitude, like fucking just treat him like a normal kid. Now we didn't go through that because fucking like I say, he just struggled to speak to him. And he's perfect now that he's able to speak now. Imagine that, eh? But they would have slapped an autistic thing and that. Probably losing it in about 200 quid a week, to be fair. But like, maybe I should have done it in hindsight.
Looking back now. But that's it. Like I can remember my son was mad into Rubik's Cubes, right? And I mind one day he saw a video of him solving, it's like 5 or 6 Rubik's Cubes. It's on my Instagram. He solves like 5 or 6 Rubik's Cubes in like 9 minutes. And a family member was like, I mean, you maybe should get him tested for autism. I was like, because he can solve fucking Rubik's Cubes.
Oh my
He's
God.
autistic.
What a mongo.
I know. Like, apologies, like, for having an intelligent child who just took an interest in something.
Right.
It's weird, mate. But
Everyone's desperate for a fucking title. See all these ADHD wankers these days, man. Oh my God, I'm sick of it. It's like, I'm like...
that's me and Greg. We're ADHD
You got like
cunts.
a 40-year-old woman going out to get an ADHD test so that like they can go, oh, it all makes sense now. I'm like, listen, you're just a cunt. Like,
Or-
you didn't need that title.
For us,
Like,
it's
get at it. Like, what changes now you've got a title?
You still act the
Oh,
same.
that's my ADHD. Shut up, man. Give us a break.
It's because we're just like busy guys, eh? Just like go, 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 go. Like, no being lazy, you must have ADHD.
No,
That's wild.
I think that is it.
Aye. Like, you've not got a drug problem and self-medicating with that. You must have ADHD.
You go to the gym 4 times a week.
I know. It's,
You're 100% got it.
aye, but Paul doesn't hold back. Like, when he sees something he doesn't like the look, yeah. He's done a few with the autism people. The hospital, he took a lot of shit for that one, eh?
He kind of makes a joke about it because obviously he says he's got something up, as I was saying, like he says, like, all fighters have got something.
We've all got something.
For sure. He's obsessive, mate. Like, see, he'd be good at this.
Admit, there's a high chance that I've got something.
Aye. How could you
You're
be this obsessive?
Autism or...
Mate, you're putting ink in people's skin.
No.
That's weird, mate.
Well, I got
Like-
nominated for Best UK Newcomer after 6 months of tattooing in my house.
Really? Is that how you started off? Aye, just in the
Just
house.
tattooing people.
Bought a tattoo gun off
Pe-
eBay.
People
and
were
went,
always like, well, nervous. And I was like, nah, I was like, because my mentality is, if this person's daft enough to let me tattoo them, it's a shite tattoo. No pressure for me, like, so, like, this is your first time tattooing? I was like, meow, straight in there. No nerves, I'm like, sorted.
What age were you when you started?
Probably about 24, something like that.
Really? Is that late now? Because I feel like
To be
it's,
fair, that was probably late, but I was just working like. Do you know the most frustrating stage of your life is not knowing what you want to do and knowing that the job that you're in is not the job you want to do.
Aye.
Mate, that was nothing more frustrating. So I was working in like bars and stuff, and I've never even touched a drop of alcohol in my life. And it was just a nightmare because I was working in that beef eater in Deer Park.
Aye, I know it well.
Right. And tell you what, see, as soon as I started tattooing in my house, making a wee bit of money, I was like, see, as soon as a manager's asked me to do something, I was like, jog on,
Fucking
mate.
ram it.
Amy's like that, Gordon, can you go in there and clean up the toilet? And I was like, what's my job title, mate? And he was like, barman, bar staff. And I was like, exactly, no fucking
No toilet
jobby
cleaner.
scrubber. You know what I mean? Like, get yourself. I was like, you get in there and scrub that out yourself. And then 5 minutes later, you seen him coming out with a black bag and he's shaking his head and that.
And you just fucking wrapped it.
Oh, mate, it's so bad. And like working in these places, and right, we need to go sing happy birthday to this customer. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, I think I'm going out there, like, with you to sing happy birthday. Absolutely not.
Were you tattooed up at this point?
No, I had this one tattoo on my arm there.
And that was it?
That was it,
Aye.
pretty much.
It's weird, eh? Like, people who seem to... Not weird, I suppose. Like, specialise in things. Like, I say this all the time about podcasting. It's the only job I've ever had that I actually like.
Yeah.
And it's... Like, if I went and just... I know eventually this is going to pay off. But, like, I didn't pull up in a Range Rover at the front. Do you know what I mean? It's no... You're not doing it for money, mate. It's
but
no what it's about.
But this is where people get it wrong. They measure success based on the box that you drive around in and the box that you live in. Like, it's still going to get you to A to B the same speed. Like, Paul pulls up in a fucking smart car.
Aye.
What the hell does it matter where you're driving?
That was a big change for me. Like, especially seeing... So I was talking to my son about this. I was like, right, what's your measure of success? He's like, well, that's huge. Because it can be anything, because it depends on your starting point. So he's talking about, like, if you're somebody who's got mad drug addict parents, you're definitely not expected to do very good. So really anything above average is incredible for you, isn't it? Well, so that's quite a good way to look at it. Like, he never once mentions, and that's, I think kids are starting to change the way they think about things now, but I think a lot of young people, like you say, they're just doing these shit jobs. They hate them, mate.
It's we're the people that have got the view that success is based on materialism. And I'm telling you right now, like, so see, when I was in London, I was down there with Sketch with tattoo fixers, and we went down to tattoo Millie Bobby Brown and our friends from like from Stranger Things. And we're in there, lovely lassie by the way, genuinely super nice lassie, Jake, Bon Jovi's son, mega sound boy as well. She was getting like, I think 2 people knocked the door, and it was just like, it was the staff members for the hotel, and they're like, excuse me, Miss Brown, like there's another gift here from, I think it was like Gucci or something like that. And God knows, but anyway, she looked in it, and she put it in the corner, mate. There must have been about fucking 10 bags of freebies. And it was at that moment I realised, rich people don't buy this shit.
No.
All that designer gear is for poor people to pretend they're something they're not.
I've seen you mention this before.
It's fucking true though, man.
Again, I've seen you go in on and I fell for it a wee bit at the start.
Oh, mate,
when I was younger.
We all did.
Like you wanted to be flashy.
Like what's that shop down the centre that's got all the expensive t-shirts and that in it? What's it called, man? Do you know the one I'm talking about?
I do.
What's it?
Flannels.
Flannels, mate.
Flannels.
It's a fucking load of shite.
I know.
Like, I picked up a t-shirt and then it said like £374.
I know.
You are an absolute Mongol if you spend... I don't even care if you're a billionaire. You're still a Mongol.
But billionaires on the day in it, eh?
No, they don't.
It's fucking scheme bams, mate.
It is.
Klarna in it.
100%. It's always wee drug dealers as well because they can't actually spend their money on anything. You know what I mean?
But fucking, I think we've all been trapped in the...
Oh.
To be fair, Craig, you've done all right. You've got into something you like quite early.
Crystal meth.
Well, but keep in mind I've finished uni twice now and dropped out twice, so it still took some time.
Aye.
So I guess it's a good thing I've done that young.
But what about it made you like drop out though?
Cheap present for me.
Mate, do you know what?
Well,
College and uni is pretty much a waste of time. See, unless you want to become a doctor, surgeon, or something like that, it is the biggest waste of time ever. Like, see the amount of people I know think like, oh, I'm going to art, college to study art, and I'm like, why? Like, have you seen the fucking modern art? It's a cunt sellotaping a banana to the wall, you know what I mean? And you're going to bring that in as your portfolio to get a job in my studio. Get fucked.
It's funny as well because you probably did. Do you think you get looked at as an artist, or do you see yourself as an artist? Do you say like tattoo artist, or do you tattoo people?
I say scab vendor. I just say I draw on people for a living.
Aye, just for a laugh,
Aye, pretty much.
and go to the gym in my spare time.
Aye, that's pretty much it.
Aye. No, that was a trick. I still get like that sometimes. I'm like, fuck, am I really squeezing everything out of this that I should be? So, and it's hard though to take that jump, mate. Like you say, you're tattooing people in your house, making a wee bit of dough. You can start working at your shit job a bit less.
Aye.
And until you can,
That was the best, man.
it takes a while to break through though. Well, I don't know.
Tell you what, the working in an old man pub, that was brilliant, man.
Aye.
Oh, mate, there's nothing funnier than an old guy, man.
Who's scheming.
This went through it, man. And like, that was at the Greats in East Calder.
I used to work there too on the
Did
door.
you?
Aye, mate, I'm on the door
Well,
there.
I sacked the manager, right?
Right.
I sacked the manager, right? So that's the issue. So I'm working, and then she just kept on coming behind the bar, man, and fucking, like, just helping us out with the booze and that. And I was like, that's not right. I'm like, you can't just keep helping yourself with bottles unless you're paying for it or putting it down as something. She kept on saying, didn't he fucking tell me what, didn't he tell me? Like, and she went for like being violent to wanting to neck me. And then, then she got violent again. So I just grabbed her and launched her out. And then this was like just before like last drinks and that. So I put the snub up. And then, mate, like the Walking Dead, man, I just seen a hand coming through the gap and just like, tried to grab me, man. And I shat myself, so I'm like that, boom, 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 booting this door, and a wee hand slithers away. And then the next thing in the day, her boyfriend phones me and he's like, Gordon, what happened in that? And I told him, and he's like, she's already moved back to England.
Had enough. It doesn't want to go back.
Not even 12 hours later and she's moved back to England.
Mate, fucking, it's funny. So, like, I see all the young bar staff now, and they're petrified to have a drink at work. And you'll get sucked, but then you get other ones who like turn up pissed. Like, it's weird.
Really?
Oh, mate, but see, when I first started working on doors, all the staff drank. Everybody was drunk. Steady, Craig. Craig's had a couple of beers before he came over.
You made a mess, you bastard.
But, it used to be just such a common thing. Like, all the staff were bevied or fucking out their nut. Like, both were acceptable, eh?
Do you work with quite a good group of guys on the doors, or is there a few
No,
that are quite short-tempered?
I'm probably the most short-tempered.
Not really?
I've overstayed my welcome with it, though.
To be fair, mate.
I'm too old for it, Gordon.
Aye.
That's the truth. Like, and people go, no, you're only 30. I am, mate. Like our generation now,
It's no this. It's not compatible.
it's no. That's probably the best way to put it. Actually, now I think about it,
It's not compatible with the mentality.
we're not able to mix with them anymore.
No chance.
But we're also, our age group is like a weird age group in between their parents and them. But I've started to get now is we guys will come up to the club and they'll show me an ID and they'll show, like, I come from South Queensferry. I went to school there. And they'll show me an ID and I recognise the second name and I see their face South Queensferry and I go, oh, is that, do you know, that's my mum. And I'm like, fucking hell, like, I was at school with your mum.
Scary, innit?
Aye, and you forget the age difference in us now. Like, you'll be getting boys bouncing in here, 18-year-old with the fucking fake tan and the big perm, wanting,
You see it.
wanting the praying hands and the rosary beads. And again, these tattoos, mate, aye, a lot of people have got them. They're your bread and you've got to pay the bill. Like, you've got to keep the lights on in here. So you've got to do them.
That reminds me, man, like, talking about all the designer gear, man, there was this guy that came into my old tattoo studio, right? And this is when we first let the apprentice loose on somebody, and he's like tattooing a pocket watch on a guy, right? He's proud to punch, man, he's like, that's fucking looking mint and that, and I go up to it, and the Roman numerals are back to front, and I was like, tattoo looks mint, eh? And he's like, it's looking good, and I was like, it's looking mint, isn't it? And he goes, his face just drops, man. But obviously the guy looks in the mirror and it's the right way around. He never came back, See the amount of drama that boy gave me was unbelievable.
There's no repairing that either. Eh? It's not going back. Like, what you doing, really? You just got to have to take it, mate. Eh?
But mate, like there was another time, right? This wee old guy, he was, in fact, I'll say old, he wasn't that old, he was probably, 50, something like that. And he came in and he was absolutely screaming his head off. He's like, where? He's like, where's the manager? Where's the manager? I was like, I'm the owner. I was like, I'm telling you right now. I was like, this isn't Tesco's, mate. I was like, I'll punch your cunt in if you keep it up. And then he was like, whoa. He's like, calm down. I said, hey, what's the problem in that? And he showed me a tattoo. And it just looked like it was healing. I was like, it's fine. I was like, what's wrong with that? I was like, tattoos can take 2 weeks to heal. And he was like, that was done 6 months ago. And I was like, well, sometimes it can take longer. My apprentice must have butchered them, man. I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
I've been in a
thankfully, I take nothing to do with him anymore.
I've been in a tattoo shop before and it was a wee lassie apprentice. She was maybe only like 19. And her old man used to come in and that was who, like, and he was just covered in all different random wee tattoos. And I thought, that was cool. Do you know what I mean? That he's put himself forward to be the old pigskin for that. But I don't doubt there's some fucking howlers in the beginning, like.
Oh, mate. Of course you're going to do bad tattoos along the way, you know what I mean? But believe it or not, the majority of bad tattoos come from customers just not willing to give you any artistic freedom. Do you know who's the worst for that? Celebrities.
Really?
Because what they say goes. You know what I mean?
And they're used to that.
And they're like, I want this here, and I'm like, what about this? And they're like, no, that's what I want, and you do it. And I'm like, I'm not even taking a photo of that because it's going to look crap on my social media.
But that's like what I said to you with this. I was like, whatever. Like, this is what we're looking for. What if you need to do anything, so be it.
Yeah, I think the only celebrity I've tattooed that was actually just really sound and just let me do my thing was Hathor. The Mountain for Game of Thrones. Like, he's just a normal guy, man. Eh?
So, like, when he comes to Scotland, he comes and sees you and stuff, eh?
I usually just go up and see him, finish up his tattoo, or, well, he invited me over to watch his fight with Eddie Hall. Eh? That was class, seeing Eddie Hall get sparked, man.
You know an Eddie Hall guy?
No.
Go on.
No interested. I was Team Hathor before I even met Hathor, to be fair. Eh? And then when you meet him, he's just a nice guy, man. Eh?
But he's got nothing to prove.
Exactly. Mate, he is so big though. Eh? When I went up to Aberdeen there a month there when he was over competing, to see him, mate, this guy, I'm not a wee guy. This guy is over 10 stone heavier than me. And he's leaner.
I know. He's got proper popping out abs, eh? And a tiny wee missus, mate. But again, she's probably a normal sized woman. And then
she is quite short, to be fair. Eh?
Aye.
She's a lovely lassie though.
He's just fucking one of these freak genetic people, eh?
Aye.
I saw him going for that 500.
Do you know what annoys me about that 500 kilo deadlift?
He's probably done it in the gym.
Well, it's not that. He did do it. He did 501. But then people look, oh, no way that 501 was like. I'm like, mate, like, you can have an off day. There are so many variables: the temperature, how much water
100%.
you've drank, like your headspace. You know what I mean?
If you've got your boys there as well, hyping you up, mate, chances are you're going to get it done, eh?
Aye, but I'm like, to accuse his world record deadlift, like its credibility after that, I was like, you're a fucking idiots, man. Like, away with it. And I guarantee you he will do it and shut everyone up. Just annoying that he didn't do it on that time, but it is what it is. He just goes straight back to the drawing board, though.
Starts again. It's mad he lost 50 kilos for that Eddie Hall fight.
Oh,
And still
mate.
look massive.
Do you know how everyone was saying that he was looking skinny? Mate, see when I went for it to tattoo him to start this portrait of him, this guy was shredded to the fucking bone. I'm tattooing his thigh and he taps me and he was like, look at my BPM, 45 BPM. You've got a guy that's 155 kilos, 6'9", with a heart rate of 45.
That's wild.
I was like, mate, mine's is probably about 120.
Because as well, like, that size of human, they didn't last as long, eh? Like, it's a lot of effort
You say that,
on your...
but his granddad's like 85.
Really?
And his granddad's taller than Hathor.
Fucking
Mate, Hathor's the small one, so his dad's taller than him and his granddad's taller than his dad.
It's genetics. Eh?
Mate,
Like, obviously he's doing a bit of other stuff, but it can't just all be that. Like,
mate, it's just, aye.
like we could take everything he takes, we still wouldn't look like him.
No, probably not.
It's wild, man.
It's more than 10,000 calories a day that they consume.
The eating.
I don't think people realise that. Like when I did Strongman, I was on about 8,000 calories a day. And you just felt like you were living with your face out of them in football, you know what I mean? I was like, this is no quality of life. I was snoring and aye, it wasn't good, like. And I got injured for that and decided to sack that because it was stupid. It's too high risk, low reward. Like even the top boys, they're not making the majority of their money for competing. They're making the money for the sponsors and stuff like that.
For sure. Rain energy drink.
Aye.
That's the
exactly.
truth.
Exactly.
Like, it is a cult sport, eh?
Oh, definitely.
MMA was that way at the start, though.
I preferred MMA back in the old days, so like Fedor Emelianenko, Bash Rutten and stuff like that. That's when I've watched like loads of their videos. Obviously, I was too young to actually watch like that sort of like golden era, but that's when I think MMA. That's what I think. Fedor's the GOAT. Like
I probably still think it like that as well. Like, I remember when Paul fought Shogun Rua, and I remember him talking about it and like the fight getting made and that, and I was like, this is fucking mad. Like that's Shogun was probably one of the first ever MMA fighters I've seen.
Oh, really?
And then you're just like, there's Paul fighting him. That's wild.
Mental.
Aye, it's good. It's twice fought him. Aye, first one was a draw, very controversial draw. To be
really?
fair. Aye, Paul. Well, it was in Brazil, Craig. Actually, was it no? The first one. So, aye, Shogun did a good job of no getting knocked out in the first round and then stalemating for the rest of the fight. Really, didn't he? Just sitting on top in guard, no moving.
No, right.
But again, like, he's a fucking well-weathered professional. He knows, right, I've maybe bit off a bit more than I can chew here. How do I survive? And just got through it. Like, he's not a judge, mate. It's not his fault it went to a draw.
No, exactly.
But in the second fight, Paul put him away in the first round, I'm sure.
All right.
So it's like, aye, so he's obviously went, right, hang on.
What's the deal with your MMA career? You still going to got a couple more fights, or
I actually put all my stuff in the car last night. I put all my gym kit in the car last night to go to the gym this morning, and I ended up staying up late with my missus and not going to the gym. I need to go back to my bed this morning. I was tired, but I worry sometimes, mate. The longer I leave it, the further away it gets.
you're not getting any younger.
I'm not.
Isn't it weird how 36 is old? It's fucking bizarre though. Eh?
It is when you fight guys who might be 26.
Aye.
Then it's like, but I don't know, mate. It's a huge, you know yourself, like these things take enormous amounts of commitment. And I didn't do that to make an excuse. The reason I say that is I don't want to go into fights no having given
100%.
Aye, and I see these young lads in the gym, and some of them are younger than 18 or 17. The amount of work they are putting into this, like this is everything to them.
Also, they've got more spare time and less responsibilities.
For sure. There's no mortgage to pay. There's
Aye,
no.
exactly.
But mate, on the other hand, there's like Sean Clancy. He's got a house and he's got a wee one.
Oh, really?
Like, aye. If it helps to have a foundation, a supportive foundation. Like we
Yeah,
had
yeah.
Reese McEwen on the podcast, again, young guy, putting everything into it. But he said, like, extremely supportive partner and
Mate, I'm
extremely
telling
supportive
you, you need
parents. You do.
You need a supportive partner. Eh?
Without, you can't be a lone wolf, eh? It's
No,
not
no.
going to work. And I'm not saying that my partner isn't supportive, she is. Like, I've put her through fucking hell, some of the shit I've done.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, there's only me and her. There's no, like, grandparents going to take the kids, or there's no, do you know what I'm saying? There isn't a structure behind it. So it's tough, mate. It is hard. And again, I know I sound like I'm making an excuse because people go, well, fuck, and if you want to date, you find a way.
No,
Like, look,
it's not true when you've got responsibilities, man.
and again, I'm going into this gym, I'm seeing these young, and mate, I want them to be successful. That's the thing. I'm not going in and going, look, I'm not going in there and getting punched about by some 21-year-old boy. I am at times. Like, that does happen, mate. Like,
No.
if I'm trying to go in there and spar hard with Sean Clancy, he's just going to fucking open up, and it's going to be you're going to be wishing the bell hurries up and goes off.
100%.
You know what I mean?
It's always the less experienced or the weaker of the two that kind of controls the pace. So when you see like a new guy throwing a haymaker, it's like, well, you're going to get one back.
Aye, exactly.
And you're going to learn.
And if Sean decides that he's going to then just put me away, he can. But
Yeah.
Paul's 37 and he's still.
An
He's
animal, mate.
aye. You can get away with it at heavier weight classes.
I think there's more longevity if you're heavier, eh? Especially in boxing and stuff like that. Like, what's his name? That Zhang or
Oh,
how old
it's
is-
called Big Bang.
What's his name? What's his name?
Aye, Wei Ling Zhang or something like that. I'm sure it is.
How old is he?
Or
Is he
Zhang-
not mid-40s or something like that?
Aye. And then if you look at UFC fighters as well, there's like Glover Michelle.
It just goes to show you the bigger you get, it's not really about fucking reaction time, because all big guys are quite slow.
For sure.
And it seems to be reaction time that goes first out of everything, doesn't it?
Definitely.
That's why, like, the lighter weight categories are a lot more competitive, I think.
I enjoy watching them more.
Yeah.
Like Carlos Oberg, Jan was shite at the weekend. Jan's 42. Shite's no fair. But I don't know, I just expected so much more for that fight, Craig. Would you know what I've said?
I expected more from Olberg,
Aye. Well,
but at the same time, and I know he's fought with him here, but that is the most experienced guy, and it's a very community sport, so he probably does need to be a bit more careful. You can't just go in and blast him around. Whereas you don't really, well, for the most part, if you're a flyweight, for example, you don't need to worry about that as much because you'll be able to take a punch because the majority of them don't have the power to knock you out.
aye.
Whereas anyone at light heavyweight and heavyweight can put you out in one.
Oh, for sure, aye.
The thing that annoys me the most about fighting these days, boxing, MMA, they're not active, man. Like, John Jones has fought 3 times in the past 4 or 5 years, something like that.
I know.
And like, how can you call him the GOAT
And it's-
when he's not that active?
The interim champion is now. Have you seen this stat, Craig?
500 days.
500. Is it 500 today? 500 days. So, like, and he's not getting to fight. He's desperate to. I saw he put out. He said he doesn't care if he fights John Jones anymore. Eh? He's like, what? He said, I'll be fighting International Fight Week in July, whether it's John Jones or whether it's someone
I
else.
think I just didn't get, like,
I feel
why,
for him, eh?
I don't get why you would only want to fight once a year. Like, see, even when you look at like old boxing records and stuff like that, mate, some of them are in the hundreds, mate.
I know.
Over the
Wild,
course of like a 10-year career. You know what I mean? And it's like nowadays, it's like you've got Tyson Fury and it's what, like 23-2 or something like that. And it's like, why are you not fighting more often? But I think what ruined that's probably the management and stuff like that got involved. You know what I mean?
Well, now that Turkey Al Sheikh's in, it's a different
What's
game.
this?
Eh? The guys in Riyadh.
Oh, right.
The Saudis. So they're just going like, right, we'll just pay you this much money and they'll
throwing
do
the
it.
money,
Aye. And they'll do it. They'll fight.
They're taking over everything, though, eh? Football, fighting, everything else. I don't even know, is it necessarily the best thing to happen to fighting?
I think for boxing, aye. I don't know about the UFC getting in with them.
No, I can't see that happening.
The thing is that it's probably going to be better for the fighters
No,
because they're going to make more money, and that's good. I think it's no a secret that UFC fighters do not get much money.
oh no, definitely not. But
But do you want to go to Riyadh, mate, or do you want to go to Las Vegas?
no, well, exactly.
Like it's
It's like you accept less for becoming a household name, essentially. You know what I mean?
And especially when you think about it from a fan point of view, like, aye, brilliant. On the TV, amazing, mate, because now we get all the fights we want. But I've been, and again, like I say this, I've been incredibly fortunate, mate. I've been able to go to the UFC in Las Vegas, and it's fucking amazing being
It's a
there.
good eye.
Like, how good was Madison Square Gardens, Greg?
It was fantastic.
Unreal,
Great
mate.
setup.
Like, and see, look at, I'd love to go back now because I was a fucking nervous wreck, eh? And it
Really?
mate,
What
I
for?
get just Paul fighting. It's just
Yeah, well,
so,
fair, aye.
it's nerve-wracking, mate, for me. I'm like, because it's, like, I know what goes into this. I know how, and I said this on a podcast, was it last week or the week before, I'm like, people who, when fighters go, oh, you've no idea what goes into this. I mean, you've genuinely no idea, eh?
No.
Like, the fan has no idea. Some people, like guys like yourself who've been around fighters and stuff, you know what the level of sacrifice is.
Oh,
but
mate, they kill themselves. Even Hathor,
It's-
for his fight, he put 2 years of career, 2 years of his life on hold for that.
Aye. For what is realistically an exhibition boxing match and a bit of a sort of
And
spectacle.
they never even
aye.
got paid for it, really.
Nah.
No, the main, so they apparently, they sold the rights to the fight over, off or something like that. And this isn't even Hathor that was telling me, this is a video that I seen for Eddie Hall. And basically they just pulled out because they said it didn't make enough money. They didn't pay them, they were meant to get like $1 million each. That didn't happen. Which is insane. Imagine doing 2 years of your life, putting your career on hold to not get paid for a risk in your life.
For sure.
Like, let's be honest, like, Eddie Hall can't fight. He can throw a bomb, but he can't fight.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
But if he hit you, you're going to be hurt.
But if it hits you,
Aye.
mate, he's going to fucking take your head clean off the shoulders.
Oh, mate, I know for like people underestimate the amount of damage that it actually. When you, I've worded this terribly. The amount of damage your head can take is not nearly as much as you think it is.
Yeah.
Like the brain is a sensitive thing, mate. I know for a fact, mate. Like I had probably taken too many hits to the head last year, and I needed a break, mate. I'm like, nah, I can't be in doing this. Like I'm not right.
But when I did boxing for a few years, mate, I was just getting migraines non-stop to the point where I was losing memories when I get them, And mate, I was like, I can't do this. Like even me and Kevin Hughes, he was ranked like #1 in Thai boxing in the UK for his weight category for a wee while. We'd go to exercise for less in the morning when they had the boxing ring.
I remember it.
We'd just punch fucking each other. And then we'd go into the tattoo studio, tattoo, and we're like that. One day we just looked at each other and we're like, we're trying to tattoo punch drunk, man. What are we doing, man? Absolute fannies.
I remember going into the club liquid rooms and taking a walk down the stairs and just the light, not even being able to look up at them, eh? Like, see the amount of times where I've had it when we've been in the podcast studio and they'll put like just lights like these on.
And I'm like,
oh, you fucker, I can't look at them. And it's just...
I remember the first time I seen the stars. Like I always heard people going, "Oh, I've seen stars when he punched me." I'm like, "Shut up, mate, that's not a thing." I remember I got hooked and I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "I'm seeing them. What the fuck is going on?" Trying to act like I'm not wobbled.
I remember I had my head split. Right, they stopped the fight over it. I was happy to contribute. I'm driving up the road with Dylan Took. And I had said something to him and he went, I think it's maybe worse than you think, Coop. Because that's what he always calls you, Coop. He's coming on our live show on Saturday.
Right, nice.
He always goes, thick Irish accents for Dublin. I think it's worse than you realise, Coop. And I'm like, well, why'd you say that? He went, so that's 3 times in a row you've said the same thing, mate. And I was like, nah. He's like, I'm telling you, he's like, listen, you're going to have to be careful. He's like, just go to the hospital and get it checked. Because I was going to get it all stapled up anyway.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, but just let them know. And I was like, no, but I'm not concussed. He's like, listen to me. You're fucking concussed, eh? He's like, you just keep saying the same thing over and over. And like I say, it's just, you go, but it was just a quick elbow to the top of the head. Like it didn't seem, the cut's bad. Aye, all right. And I know, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I was all the way down to the skull and I was still happy to carry on. Like, you're full of adrenaline, mate. You didn't know what's going on.
No.
And a cut on the top of your head, it's not like having one down here. Like, if you split your knee open and you could see your kneecap, you'd be like, fuck, that's bad. Because you can see it.
Yeah.
When it's the top of your head, you can't see it. You've no idea how it's as bad as someone tells you it is. So if somebody goes, it's not that bad, all right, let's crack on then. Because I'm not about to start putting my finger in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, you've got to be conscious of how much damage you're taking at the head. And again,
Do you know,
am I making
you ever
excuses?
seen the videos of like the before and after MMA fighters' careers?
for sure.
Mate, there's a guy I follow called Bash. He's like one of these illegal underground street fighters. Have you seen him?
I've no,
Mate,
no.
he's constantly getting done in, right? I'm sure, it sounds bad, right, but I'm sure at one point he was a good fighter. But he's got a big name, he's got a big following, so the young lads call him out because he's an easy scalp.
And you can build on him.
He's fucking game. He would fight anybody. Yeah. But, mate, like, see when he's talking to him, like, mate, just, like, but he's not made enough money from it to retire from it. So
is that a King of the Streets guy?
He's done that.
Mate, how good is that, eh?
Mate, it's class.
I'd be up for it, by the way.
I've messaged them a couple of times, eh?
But you having one?
No. Fuck that, I'm not retarded, man. But it's fucking incredible. But I remember I got called out by one of the King of the Street Fighters. Oh my God, it was so bad. So this guy I know was fighting one of their boys. And he's French, and I commented in a post that, make that French cunt eat his croissants for a straw, right? Mate, the guy screenshotted it, tagged me in his story, and was like, maybe you want some too, and I'm like, delete it. Delete that, sorry.
You see some, I watched quite a lot of that King of the Streets.
Mate, they can fight.
You see some interesting tattoos.
Oh, I know.
Some of them are, you forget, around Europe, there's people with some interesting views.
Kanye West fans.
Oh, mate. You see his new chain? You see his new chain, Craig? Craig's up with the young kids, eh? That's how
Have you seen his new logo? He's turned the swastika into yay or something like that.
No.
Mate.
Can you bring this up, Craig?
Get it up. Like, yay swastika logo.
Oh, mate.
He's lost the plot, man.
But it is just a symbol, mate.
No, it was originally a Buddhist peace symbol. Yeah, that's everyone's argument for it. This is the thing that annoyed me.
Have you tattooed a swastika?
No, but
Never.
This is the thing that annoys
Do
me
you want
about the tattoo. This is the thing that annoys me about some of the tattoo industry, right? Because you get the hippie fucking scented candle weirdos, you know what I mean? Like it's just like a statement. They wear carpets for clothes and stuff like that, right? I think that's something I know, right?
Smoke
like
rollies.
Spiritual and stuff. They've got about 1 million swastikas tattooed on them. I swear, they only get this shit tattooed on them so they can go, it's actually a Buddhist peace symbol. I'm like, shut up, you wanker. You know what I mean? You just got it so people
would ask you about it.
Fucking knobs. So that's why I didn't work tattoo conventions. I know. None of them like me.
Are they fully bams? Aye, the tattoo conventions.
Oh, mate. I mean, there is some normal human beings that work them, but for the most part, I don't know.
You're a lone wolf kind of guy.
I'm just, like I say, I'm an anomaly. Like me and Darren that work in here, we're just Neds, man. We're just wee arseholes that learned how to tattoo and got pretty good at it. But we just keep to ourselves, eh?
But if you weren't doing this, what would you do?
Probably a drug dealer, man.
Aye.
I'm not even joking, eh?
Just
100%. Even though I've not took anything in my life, I would 100% like fucking right.
You're quite an anti-drug, anti-drink guy, eh?
Aye, but I would sell it.
Make money.
Oh, 100%. If it makes money, it makes sense. I wouldn't do anything mental like, but fucking crazy. They're getting there.
Oh mate, this is wild. It's coming to life.
I'm having to tattoo tattoos.
Yeah.
Tattoo
I
section.
got a tattoo in my cell, mate. That's weird, eh? I'm a weird guy. Maybe one day I can be a Kanye West.
It's no sign I'd be getting on me as myself. Who did the logo anyway?
I don't know.
Somebody Paul knows.
Well, it's quite smart, eh? I like it.
It's cool, mate. He's good with stuff like that, eh? Mate, wouldn't it surprise me if Paul drew to sell, eh?
Tattoos.
Should see the cunt drawing.
Is he good at drawing, eh?
Aye. He is good. Aye, mate. Have you never seen him drawing stuff before?
He's got like notebooks and shit like that.
Class.
Superbad just drawing dicks.
No, mate. He can't draw anything, eh?
He's good at that.
Something I wish I enjoyed is drawing, eh?
Do you know?
I've not drew.
Is it not quite an integral part of what you're doing?
No, because I'm just a photocopier.
Aye.
So I found the easiest route, and it's just copy things, copy photos.
At the start, were you
Oh,
like the old school way?
I was doing that, but then I was like, fuck it, I'm like, it's 12 o'clock at night. I need to go back into work the next again day to, I was like, oh, this is too much.
You can't be
man.
tired doing that.
No, you actually need to be relatively awake when you're doing this job, believe it or not. But nah, this is why I do realism.
You know, worried AI dominates it
No, like everyone always, AI's actually made my job easier.
for the standard of the tattoo.
No, it's more if I need a design made and I can't be bothered drawing it, AI, mate, and it's better than a human.
It is.
But then people always go, worried that AI is going to take over tattooing, and I'm like, who the fuck is going to put millions into, like, and mate, if you any idea how complex that machine would have to be, it'd need to work at the different skin tones, it'd need to work at the different colours of the ink. You'd be as well just doing it yourself.
I suppose when you put it like that, you'd be as well doing it yourself.
Honestly, like, how's that going to mix the ink? How's that going to know when the client's bleeding too much?
Mm-hmm.
What's it going to do when the client moves, which is going to happen? What happens if the client's like fat or skinny? You know what I mean? The skin's going to react in a different... No one's going to put money into that.
Because it's different as well when you're like different. Sometimes you've got to dig the needle in, eh? Sometimes
it's just different skin types, to be fair. Everyone's skin's different, so... But we're not used to tattooing different skin that it's all just the same now, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. You just automatically adjust to everything that's kind of thrown your way now.
the ginger skin.
The ginger skin, aye.
Tattoo Kanye West, mate.
Yeah, I've always said, you know who I would want to tattoo the most? Justin Bieber.
Why?
Mate, that is the pinnacle. Name somebody more famous than him.
Trump.
Oh, I don't know.
Like who's like these guys, their social media following. Get a shout out for one of them and you've made it.
Aye.
You know what I mean? That's genuinely why I would do it.
The Bieber's pretty massive, like.
Oh mate, ridiculous. Do you see that video where he's just sitting on a random wall in Glasgow? And then people are like, oh, that's Justin Bieber and that. Like, what are you doing for here and that meeting? Like, just looking at him, like, and then he just hops back over the fence. Seen that video? No. That was class.
Seen the videos of him fucking asleep with the hooker in that, eh? The hooker's videoing him and he's fucking snoozing in the bed.
Did that not happen to Conor McGregor as well?
Oh, fucking the next president of Ireland, mate. So show that man some respect. I'd vote for the cunt.
Mate, well, I don't know. He's kind of lost the plot a bit though, isn't he? Do you know what I think? A lot of people that get that much money, they get the God complex, eh? And I definitely feel like he's got a bit of that.
You're kind of disassociated from reality.
100%. But that's why I'm saying that, like, I was talking to one of my customers about this the other day. I was like, what? Why is there so many celebrities that are pedos? And I'm like, it's because they want things they can't have. And they all just go fucking do lally. Like, you can have anything you want in the world, so you want the things that you can't have.
And I think...
Welcome to Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Pedos is a mad one, eh?
It's so bad how many there is, eh? like, who is it that plays Hook in The Hook? What's his name again?
Again, I wish Paul was here, because his knowledge of who is a
know who I'm
pedo is
talking?
unreal.
No. The original Hook?
Aye, the best film ever made.
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman. Well, I'm waiting on him dying, just so I can make sure he's not a pedo before I get it tattooed on me. Like, too many people jump the gun and get these celebrities tattooed
And
on
then
them.
you got a pedo.
I might need a cover-up, Gordon.
He's 87 now, so...
Right, so
So soon, mate.
couple. No, my luck will outlive me, but I'm waiting for him to kick the bucket before I get a tattoo.
Was it Gene Hackman died last week?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Is he all good though, aye? Because I watched some films with him and him the other day that were decent.
I don't think about him.
I watched a film the other day and it came up at what fucking film was it? I've been watching loads of films with my son lately. And it like came up at the start, the Weinstein Company. And I'm like, I remember that cunt. Big Harvey. Just like, you want the part, you better suck this dick.
That's what he done, eh?
Aye.
He got.
No, I think he went full on hold them down, eh? He was hudding them, like getting them up into the hotel room and then he'd just come out the shower naked and then just hud them down.
What? Well,
Mate, he's
really
just a big, gruesome, horrible looking guy. Eh?
They're all weird, man. And Hollywood, genuinely, they're all fucked in the head, aren't they? Mm-hmm. They're so detached from reality. Like that P. Diddy, man. What's he all about? Do you know the thing is, so Bad Boys
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Bad Boys for Life came on the other day and that's it. I was like, tapping
It's
my
still,
foot.
it's still a good song.
It's a fucking banger. Then he goes, I'm like, I shouldn't listen to it, but when it comes on, I'm like, oh.
Gent cunts are playing it in the jail,
I'll turn it down a wee bit.
playing it in their cell.
Probably, aye.
Listen, P. Diddy, I know you've done some bad things, mate, but and if it wasn't for this life sentence would be tougher.
What is it today?
Jackson documentary as well,
Do you think he was doing it though, mate? Do you think he was
I think
them?
anybody that hangs about with a bunch of kids, whether they've done anything with them or not, is a pedo.
Right.
Right, I've got
That's a tough stance.
I've got a general rule of thumb, right? If you look like a pedo, you're a pedo. Right? Brian from my street back in Granby Avenue, right?
Is that where you stay? Grand Avenue?
You're right. There's a guy called Brian, right? And I said to my mate Craig, because he walked past me one day and he had the pedo glasses on. And like they've got like lenses that go on the side as well. And I was like, the fucking pedo glasses. I said to my mate Craig, I was like, he's a pedo. And he was like, how? I was like, well, he's wearing pedo glasses. And he was like, you can't tell someone's a pedo by the glasses you're wearing. I was like, you fucking can. Guess who turned out to be a pedo? Fucking old Brian.
What were we talking about the other? Who was it was talking about the other day when any of your teachers get nailed? It was on the bonus episode, eh? So like we had the fucking PE teacher got nailed. My PE teacher.
What, was one of the people in your school nailed? Oh.
So
nailed it or got caught for like,
the PE teacher who was like an old boy got caught, mate, fucking
oh my God.
messaging the lassies and stuff like that.
Fucking that happened the other day there to a local lad. He was messaging underage kids. And it's like, mate, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Livy's full of them, mate.
100%.
Livy's got the most fucking released sex offenders in Scotland.
Why didn't I just kill them? Like, genuinely, like, I've spoke to people that go, they can't help it. And I'm like, put a bullet in the head.
Mind when I
Problem
said,
solved.
yous were talking about how much it cost, I was like, nah, definitely cheaper to just give them life in prison. Then I was like, nah, maybe we should just hang them.
Mate,
55 grand or something a year.
It was wild, eh?
but mate, like,
The
what
stuff
to
we
do,
end
right?
up Googling.
I've sussed it, right? Put a bullet in their fucking head and give their organs to people on the waiting list. Like, you've two birds with one stone. You've fucking shot a pedo and someone else has got a new heart.
Mind the Chinese were doing that. Mind the Chinese government were doing it.
Well, they were doing that very thing.
Aye. Everybody who got the death penalty. So they were just harvesting all their organs and then just killing them.
Fucking mental, eh? But
Aye.
what are they going to do with them?
It's better than them just going in the ground, I suppose.
Exactly. That will happen the other day there, actually, in China. Canadians got fucking executed for being involved with drugs or something like that. And it's like, well, you know what's going to happen. Why do it?
I know.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to feel sorry for you if you do it.
There was a British boy in Thailand the other day, he's been sentenced to death.
For what? Drugs again?
Drug trafficking.
But they know what's going to happen.
I know.
So I can't sympathise with them.
I think they only caught him with like a kilo of MDMA though. Like, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but the rules there are, get caught with this and you're going to die.
But exactly. So it's like, I can't sympathise with idiocy.
No, it is idiocy.
It really is.
Stupid. You're quite a tough stance guy on drugs. I think that's about the only thing we disagree on, me and you.
Oh, I'm brutal, man. If I had Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, you don't even want to know what would happen to people to take that like that.
I'm quite sympathetic with it.
I'm not
I'm
the
getting more
slightest.
sympathetic as I get older, I know.
But you didn't get raised around it and brought up around it.
Oh, I did though.
Did
But,
you?
well,
Were
no
your-
to that extent.
Were
no.
your parents on it?
Probably shouldn't say too much on the podcast, but they weren't. They were. There was issues. But I think you had quite extreme. Aye.
Aye, like my dad was like one of the most notorious drug dealers about for a while, and like even it's like it's mental the like how much they put drugs before everything. Now I didn't have a relationship with my dad because he put drugs before everything, and then I remember like he died a couple of years ago, a brain tumour, and then he didn't speak to me because basically I stopped him seeing my kids. Because he came around to my house and he was falling asleep at the dinner table and stuff like that. And I like looked at my ex and I was like, I grew up around this my whole life. I was like, my son's not growing up around this. And I just said to her, I'm going to drop him off. I was like, I'm never going to speak to the cunt again. So I dropped him off. I even had a laugh at him on the way home, just purely because I was that content with a decision. And I just blocked his number. But he made out to everyone that I was the bad guy.
Of course.
And then
That's the only route now.
when I found that he was dying of brain cancer, I messaged my brother and I was like, fuck it. I was like, ask him if he wants me to go up and see him. I was like, if he wants me to go up and see him, I'll go up and see him. I was like, because you're never going to regret giving someone the opportunity to say what they've got to say on their deathbed, you know what I mean? But you know, it took him till he was on his deathbed before he realised all this time it was him that was in the wrong. And I remember like fucking, he'd just woke up for a seizure and that, and he was crying, and I kissed him in the head, and I was like, you're a fucking idiot. And I was like, that's what I said to him, I was like, you are a fucking idiot. And then 2 days later, I had a headache, and I was like, Googling, I was like, can you catch brain tumour from kissing someone in the head? I was like, no, and I was like, fucking better no. But Aye. So my views on it are very brutal, and I'm unapologetic for it. I actually refuse to even see things from someone else's perspective when it comes to that, because I've not had it easy, and I've never once looked at something like that and thought that looks like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, not once in my life, and I never will either. So, but again, I can understand why some people sympathise with it.
It's no, and it's like exactly what you said there. Drugs would always come first. So for me, understanding that these people, they've got to a stage where it's gone past a choice now. Do you know what I mean?
But if they didn't take it in the first
Oh,
place, it
for
wouldn't
sure,
happen.
of course.
So that's why I'm brutal. I genuinely think it is just because I grew up in it. Like, my stance on it is just so brutal. But
I don't think there's anything wrong with being tough on it.
no.
It's that I always think to myself, like, so I was talking to one of the young guys at Liquid Rooms the other night, and he's a sober guy now, and I think he'd had a bit of bother with it, and he went, do you know what though? I was much happier when I was doing that.
Really?
He's like, I was happier, eh? He's like, fucking, this is pish, mate. But it goes all the way back to what we said at the start. He doesn't like his job. Doesn't he want to be there? He isn't doing what he wants to do. And he's living in a country that's no exactly the fucking land of opportunity, eh?
Yeah, this country's just falling apart now, isn't it?
So when I hear a young, like, obviously your dad was a family man, and that for me, it blows my mind that anybody could put anything before.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I can't wrap my head around that. Mate, I feel horrendous going to the gym when my kids are in the house. Because I'm like, fuck, I should be at home. I should be with it. Like, I got asked about it, I do the Q&A stuff on Instagram, and somebody had put, what, if, say fatherhood started again for you, what would you do differently? I'd be at home more, mate. I wouldn't have, I wasted so much time at work, eh?
Yeah.
Thinking like, no, and again, it comes to that, like, we've got to get money. What are you going to get money for? Like, I wasn't doing bad. Do you know what I mean?
No,
but you do fall into that, eh?
100%, man.
And I wanted to be at home more, mate. And I wasn't. I didn't spend enough time at home. And so, like you say, for your dad to have been putting heroin before anything,
You know.
I can't comprehend that mindset. So I think to myself, fuck, that must be some stuff. If it can make you do that.
Honestly, man, like, it was... So he started on the old crack cocaine, eh? And
Just went straight to that.
aye. But he, I was staying with him at the time, eh? And he was smoking this shit in the house. And I would come out the bedroom, man, and I would just get, like, absolutely hit in the face by, like, it smells like burning bleach. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking horrible smell. And then I remember one day, man, his drug dealer was there, and this big black dude. And he was like, oh, this is my good mate. And I just wanted to fucking crack him in the skull, eh? Like, the guy reached out his hand to introduce himself, and I just looked at him. And I said to my dad, I was like, I can't lucky I didn't fucking deck him. And he was like, Gordon, if you did that, he was like, you would be dead. And I was like...
What age were you then?
This was literally when I started tattooing her.
So were you aware of your dad having bother with this early doors, or did it take a wee bit?
Oh, this all stemmed from when his mum died, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when he kind of just went off the rails and just started doing that. But like, do you know what it started with? It started with Valium first, believe it or not. And then he would genuinely take like 50 of these fucking things a day, and I'm like, how is he no dead? Like, he would take about 50 of these things a day, and then I think with Valium, if you like get past that sleepy stage, it gives you a high or something like that, because he would be on cloud nine. I remember one day he fell asleep, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I phoned my mate Doogie. I was like, you need to fucking come and pick me up, man. I need it at this house. And then I wasn't intending on taking anything, just because I didn't want to wake him up. And then I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll grab this. I grabbed the TV, and then I accidentally rattled it off the wall. He didn't even flinch, and I was like, mate, went back and emptied my room, like, completely emptied it, right? Without this cunt even waking it up. And then 2 weeks later, I seen my dad down the centre, and he was like, where were you last night? And I was like, I was at my girlfriend's house, and he was like, all right, sound. I was like, I'll see you later, and he's like, see you later. I was like,
Just not even aware it's going on.
what the fuck, mate? Like, must be good. It must be fucking good, though. But it was like, when he was dying, I stole his keys, and then
For his house.
Aye, for his house, and I went in his house, man, there was like axes, there was everything like that. And my wee brother was saying to me at the time, he was like, oh, he said, mate, I'm telling you, he's stopped it, he's not touched it in years, God, and that. I literally opened up this box, there was fucking like heroin residue, there was needles and all that, and I was like, I just showed him, I was like, Scott, I told you, man. I was like, he's not stopped anything, so we finished the rest of that stuff off.
So he was taking it right up to the end, aye?
Oh, right up to the end.
Fucking hell.
Mentally.
Aye, it's grim.
It's just, so see when it comes to that, I'm fucking, because intensely I've seen it destroying people, I've got no fucking sympathy, and nobody can change my views on it at all.
They shouldn't try. That's the thing, they shouldn't try, because yours is a lived experience, eh?
Aye.
So here's what, it's not just you're just going, I've never had any interaction with people like this, but I don't like it.
Aye.
You're going, this is what happened, eh? And for this reason, it's a fucking hard no.
Aye, exactly.
It's, I shouldn't probably say this. I don't know. I've maybe said it on the podcast before, but all the young guys getting out their bin on Ket, right? At the club.
Why would you want to take something that makes you feel down?
Fuck those.
And how fucking stupid! I feel like being down. Let me get a done to depression. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fucking point your mum goes.
I take videos of them once I know they're going to be all right. Because the thing is, I look at it like this, right? You've done it now, so we need to help you. You're in a bad way. I happen to be here. I'm not just going to leave you. Mm-hmm. Once I know you're going to be all right, we'll take videos of them and that, eh? Taking the piss out of them. Like, honestly, mate. And then I've got fucking so many videos of Ket heads on my phone. I've got one with a boy calling my sunglasses fucking stupid after I've just took them off his face and put them on. And he's like, your glasses are fucking stupid. I'm like, that's mad. They're your glasses. And I show my son these and I'm like, look, I know you're getting, because he's just short of 40, he's 14 in like a few weeks.
All right.
I'm like, look, I know you've probably been around this already. I'm sure you know boys who've tried it. I'm sure there's friends of you, like, it's bound to happen. It's a very, very common, probably the most common drug we're coming into contact with now.
Why? I don't get why you don't want to take it, man.
I don't know. It's small amounts are fine. It's when they take fucking too much, which is, every 18-year-old boy's going to take too much in a nightclub, mate.
100%.
Like, how's there a situation where he's not going to take too, where he's going to go, do you know what, that's quite enough. I've had just enough of that. That'll do me. Like, it's not going to, like...
I'm on a Ket diet, not too much.
Am I right?
I'm watching my nose.
Aye, so, well, we can see. Greg's been pretty open about it. He's a 100% sober guy now.
Good.
And that was you, eh? Just keep going. Keep going. Keep going till I can.
In it to win it, man.
One of my favourite ones we do. So you'll find them sometimes, they'll just be slumped somewhere. And they can't actually move about, right? They've got no control of their limbs or that. But they know you're talking to them, but they can't talk back to you. Right? So we'll pick them up. So say me and you've got a boy, we get an arm each. And as I'm coming out through the door with them, I'll hold them by the wrist and start like smacking the other doorman with their hands and things like that. That's one of my favourite. Or mate, I've done it. I've went up to taxi drivers before and went, all right, mate, can you take this?
What do they call it? Like a Dutch rudder like that. Making them wank your mate off by the...
Why have we not done that, mate? It's mad, that was the first thing you thought of that.
It just shows you how fucked the need I am, man.
I know what I'm doing this weekend, the first fucking ketamine kids we get. But,
what category would that fall under?
What a
Forcing some junkie to wank you off.
That's brutal, mate.
And that's how I didn't work on the doorstep.
Come and do a couple of shifts, mate. You'd like it.
No, I'd be in jail, man.
Aye, quickly too.
Aye.
It's the big guy with the tattoos. That's kind of them. No, the biggest one. Right. Aye. No bother. It's that standard, eh? The big bald guy with the tattoos. That's every cunt, mate. Like,
exactly.
Point out one of the different ones.
I'm almost done with this for the day, man.
Flying. That's been fast.
I didn't hang about. See,
No.
a tattoo quick. Like, part of being a tattooist is tattooing quick as well, you know what I mean?
Aye. You do like to hang about.
Well, there's no point. Like, I can spend 10 hours on a tattoo and it'll look good, just as good as if a tattoo in half the time. Like,
Do you think cunts drag it out on purpose?
100%, mate.
Really?
Tattooists take the absolute mickey these days. Like, I've seen people getting a portrait and tattooists doing it in 2 sessions, 12 hours in, and I'm like, I'll do a portrait in like 3-4 hours and it looks better than that. You know what I mean? What are you doing, man? But it is just so they can milk the money, yeah.
What is it you think separates you?
A tattoo fast and a tattoo good.
That's fair.
I didn't take the piss, you know what I mean? My prices are always fair, and I respect my clients. That's the big thing.
I think there's kind of an honesty that comes with you as well that people see straight away.
Well, that's why
like a normal guy.
I'm tattooing the same people I tattooed when I first started tattooing.
Really?
You know what I mean? Aye. Like loads of them.
You've had these same guys for...
Like 12 years or something.
That's cool.
Like, because they respect me and they know I didn't take the piss. And I don't do deals or anything like that either, eh? It's just the price is a price, so it's obviously fair, you know what I mean?
But that's, again, like, that's a respect thing, eh? You
Oh,
go
of
to the
course.
same... They're going to the same guy because they know what they're getting.
Of course.
Do you see yourself doing this forever?
Maybe not forever. But, I don't know. It's something that I always want to do. Because it's good for connections and stuff like that. And I never thought that I'd have Bon Jovi's son in my phone, you know what I mean? Like, just things that it's weird. It's just... Aye.
But it is like an interesting world, eh? The tattoo world.
Aye.
Like there is a... People are always wanting to know about it. There's documentaries about it. There's TV, like you say, tattoo fixers. There's
Aye, I'm pals with Sketch for that, eh? He's a nice guy, man. But that's how I ended up going down to like Millie Bobby Brown's birthday party and stuff like that, because he invited me down it.
You like Stranger Things?
Not enough to get it tattooed on me. But there we go. When,
Did she not tattoo you?
Aye, that's...
I was going to
it, yeah.
say that was something like that.
She
That's cool.
tattooed that on me and I was like, thinking to myself, I was like, it's all right.
No, the worst one I've seen.
No, why the fuck am I getting this tattooed on me?
She's getting a bit of stick in there.
What for?
How she looks. Millie Bobby Brown.
Well, because she doesn't even look like a fucking child anymore. Like, people are like, they're giving her a hard time because
She looks 40. Like, but the
What age is she?
mental, man. I think she's only 21 or something.
21 now. Something like that. There you
Mate,
go,
that's
man.
quality. There you go. You say mad things on the podcast and they just come to life, eh? You want me to come over?
Aye.
Let me wipe it first. There you go.
That's wild, mate. I'm happy as fuck with that. See, when I said I would get this done and I was just like, aye, I'll do it, like. I didn't actually think I would. I didn't think I'd be like, no, get Paul's face tattooed on you. Get your own face tattooed on you. Mate, that's amazing. I love that, eh? I fucking, mate, thank you so much. That's brilliant. That's quality. Well, is that a wrap for us for the day? All right. He's not here, but keep it high for Paul and me and Gordon.